Afterward, spread the word and get free bonus resources. We cannot solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Albert Einstein. In the past, the truth about eating and exercise has been determined by a number of false factors, including market forces. This no longer has to be the case. The truth can be determined by science and results. You and I simply need to get the word out. If every one of us spends just a few seconds sharing this scientific news through our action and example, we can create a healthier and happier world. And best of all, you don't have to travel this journey alone. If you haven't already, please pop over to sanesolution.com/calorie myth audiobook to enjoy exercise videos, meal plans, expert support, mobile applications, and all sorts of other goodness. Appendix A, To Do Before Exercising Smarter, by Catherine Britell, MD. Starting a new exercise program is exciting. You can look forward to getting stronger, having more energy, and looking better. However, if you have any uncertainty about your cardiovascular health, you may have well-founded concerns about whether it's safe to begin a new exercise program. If you've had symptoms such as chest pain or irregular heart rhythm, or have had a heart attack or a coronary artery stent or bypass, you must consult with your doctor before trying any new vigorous exercises. In addition, consulting with your physician is especially important if you are over 40, have diabetes, smoke, have high blood pressure, have high LDL cholesterol and triglycerides and low HDL cholesterol, have a waist circumference greater than 32 inches in women and greater than 37 inches in men, or are sedentary. The good news is that both smarter interval training and eccentric strength training have been shown to be excellent ways for individuals with cardiac problems to become healthier and stronger if started and monitored carefully in a supervised program of cardiac rehabilitation. The bottom line: see your doctor before starting any kind of new exercise program and bring along a concise outline of the exercises you plan to do. If you have cardiovascular risk factors, a cardiology consultation and possible cardiac stress testing are the best ways to ensure you are getting into your new exercise program safely. If you have cardiac abnormalities, smarter interval training and eccentric strength training may be very effective, provided they are done with appropriate cardiac monitoring on the recommendation of your cardiologist. Appendix B, Products that make going sane more convenient. Every day we see some new must-have pill promising to transform our health. And every day we need to remind ourselves that none of these pills could possibly be required to avoid obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. None of us are overweight or sick owing to a pill deficiency. How could you be? These products didn't exist until recently, and neither did rampant obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Obesity and disease are caused by a deficiency of sane foods and a surplus of insane edible products. Everything essential for human health is found within sane whole foods, and to the extent that you eat more of them, you will avoid obesity and disease without trying. That said, there are some products that make staying sane and getting eccentric easier. The brands that I use and trust can be found on sanesolution.com. Note that I am not receiving any compensation from anyone for these recommendations. None of them are required. They simply save some people time and money in the long term. Membership at a bulk wholesale store. With cashback executive memberships that many of these stores offer, you can end up getting paid to become a member. My wife and I really like Costco. A high-quality blender. If you want to make optimal green smoothies, A good blender costs between $300 and $400. If you blend frequently, cheap blenders cost more over the long run because they have to be replaced frequently. You will also find that high quality blenders are significantly better at making tasty smoothies. Cheap blenders break food into small chunks, and it is no fun drinking grainy, chunky smoothies. High quality blenders create smooth and delightful smoothies. For example, if you put spinach into a $50 blender, you will get small pieces of spinach. However, if you put spinach into a $350 blender, you will get smooth spinach juice. Or consider whole flaxseed. Cheap blenders simply mix the seeds and leave you with whole seeds. High quality blenders liquefy the seeds. If you've had a grainy, chunky, and overall bad experience with blending in the past, blame the blender and give smoothies another shot with a better blender. I use a refurbished Vitamix blender, which costs a little under $350. There are other great ones out there. I chose Vitamix because it has an impressive 7-year warranty and comes with a large jar to blend a lot at once and a handy plunger to push food down into the blender without it splattering all over the place. If your time is scarce, I think a $350 blender is worth the investment. If it lasts you 7 years, which it will if it has a 7-year warranty, that's $50 a year. Bulk unsweetened and undutched cocoa. If you like chocolate, buying unsweetened cocoa in bulk is a great cost saver. Unlike chocolate, pure cocoa is one of the most sane foods in the world. Just make sure you buy raw, natural, undutched cocoa, not Dutched baking cocoa. Indoor grill, a must-have for easy meat and seafood preparation. George Foreman's is the most common, but there are other great ones. My only recommendation is getting one where you can detach the grilling plates for easy washing. Shaker bottles. These are helpful for enjoying green smoothies on the go. Pull-up bar. These cost less than $50 and can be installed in any doorway and make at-home eccentric back exercises simple. Lifting gloves and straps. These protect your hands and wrists while enabling you to grip resistance more securely while exercising eccentrically. Heavy resistance bands. These are inexpensive, portable, and versatile ways to add resistance to at-home eccentric exercise. Adjustable weight vest. This is another way to add resistance to at-home eccentric exercise. Sugar-free powdered superfoods. These offer a very convenient way to get non-starchy vegetables and super low fructose fruits when fresh options aren't available. Low sugar protein bars. These should contain at least 5 times more protein than sugar. Also, the fewer ingredients, the better the bar. Note that the vast majority of bars out there contain more sugar than anything else and should be avoided. Protein powder. Many supplement companies advertise that their protein is the best. Do not believe the hype. Just make sure that your protein powder does not contain a bunch of extra ingredients. Any powder with more than 2 grams of sugar per 25 grams of protein is low quality and should be avoided. Note, when it comes to anything consumable, be it protein powder, protein bars, or powdered superfoods, be very careful. For trusted brands and unique, high quality, and 100% pure formulations, please feel free to check out the Sane store at sanesolution.com. Mandolin. This will save you a lot of time chopping non-starchy vegetables. Slicing gloves. These will save your fingers while you are chopping non-starchy vegetables. Standalone freezer. If many people in your house are going sane, a standalone freezer is helpful. All this freezer space allows you to buy non-starchy vegetables, meats, seafood, nuts, seeds, and fruits in bulk and saves you money and time. Appendix C. The top 4 most frequently asked questions. 1. Is more exercise bad for me? The quick answer is, it depends. The complete answer involves clarifying what we're talking about when we say exercise. To do this, let's think about the intensity or number of muscle fibers worked and impact, the amount of bad stress put on your joints. For example, consider high intensity, low impact exercise such as smarter exercise, eccentric training, smarter interval training, or safe general resistance training. Now contrast this against higher intensity but higher impact activities such as boxing, and compare that to lower intensity, lower impact activities, which I call restorative activities such as yoga, walking, and gardening. And finally, compare that to lower intensity but higher impact activities such as traditional exercise. Think extreme aerobics and jogging. You already know that you want to do a little higher intensity, lower impact, smarter exercise to help you burn fat and boost health long term. Research is also clear that lower intensity, lower impact restorative activities are wonderful for your health. However, everything else can cause more harm than good. Explosive athletics expose you to a high risk of injury. Traditional exercise drives you to eat more insane foods, injures you, takes up your time and money, suppresses the production of the thyroid hormone T3, a key hormone in determining whether your body burns more or stores more when faced with excess calories, especially in women, and compromises your ability to exercise smarter. Additionally, whatever the net metabolic and health benefits explosive and traditional exercise provide, they are dwarfed by those offered by smarter exercise and restorative activity. Back to the question at hand. Is more traditional exercise bad for long-term health and fat loss? Yes. However, is it a good idea to enjoy as much restorative activity as you can while exercising less but smarter? Yes. P.S. If you share this with people and they immediately and violently disagree, ask yourself if they have a vested interest in you doing more traditional exercise. 2. Doesn't obesity disprove the set point? Some individuals who are not familiar with the science of the set point will tell you that it is obviously incorrect. Why? Their response? If the body automatically kept us at a healthy weight, then no one would be obese. That's the whole set point, right? It's a weight that doesn't change. Short answer. Does the fact that your home is too warm prove that you don't have a thermostat? No. Given modern architecture, it's more likely that you have a thermostat which is turned up, broken, or overwhelmed. Similarly, the fact that someone's body is too fat doesn't prove that they don't have a set point. Given modern science, it's more likely that they have a set point which is turned up, broken, or overwhelmed. The longer answer. The confusion here is similar to the confusion around whether more exercise is bad for us. It's easily cleared up when we speak a bit more precisely. Set point skeptics are defining the set point like this: the body automatically keeps us at a healthy weight. The set point is actually defined like this: the body works to keep us automatically at a particular weight given a particular hormonal balance. This distinction is key because it makes the difference between a definition that is false, the set point makes it impossible to gain fat, and a definition that has been proved. The set point tries to maintain a particular level of body fat given the quality of our eating and exercise. To demonstrate the importance of this distinction, it's helpful to compare obesity to diabetes. For example, it is an undisputed fact that the body works to automatically regulate blood sugar. In other words, everyone accepts that we have a blood sugar set point. At the same time, we all know the wrong quality of foods, such as insane starches and sweets, can cause this blood sugar set point to rise. We call this rise type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. Do the 1 in 4 Americans who are diabetic or prediabetic disprove the blood sugar set point? No. In fact, they prove that the wrong quality of food can raise the blood sugar set point via these foods' negative impact on hormones. Similarly, do the 2 out of 3 Americans who are overweight disprove the body fat set point? No. In fact, they prove that the wrong quality of food can raise the body fat set point via these foods' negative impact on our hormones. 3. What do you personally eat and how do you exercise? The short answer: in terms of volume, I eat non starchy green vegetables such as spinach, kale, and romaine lettuce. About 80 to 90% of these come from green smoothies. Other non starchy vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, cabbage, onions, garlic, and carrots are also staples in my diet. Wild, nutrient dense sources of protein such as salmon, clams, grass fed beef, beef liver, and egg whites. Fibrous whole food fats such as coconut, cocoa, macadamia nuts, avocado, flax, chia, Brazil nuts, etc. All natural marinara sauce and salsa as a delicious complement to nutrient dense protein and non starchy vegetables. Lemons in the form of lemon water in my green tea. Sweet potatoes before and after intense eccentric exercise. Note, I am a naturally thin person and exercise extremely intensely, so the consumption of a more nutrient dense starch, specifically before and after exercise, and only before and after exercise, is advantageous for someone in my specific circumstance. Pickles and olives when I'm in the mood for a salty snack. I also very much enjoy all natural pork rinds. Finally, I very much enjoy the whole food superfood powders found at sanesolution.com, as well as the Cravings Killer truffles and all natural protein bars available on sanesolution.com. As far as exercise, I exercise once a week eccentrically. I do 15 minutes of yoga and stretching afterwards. I also try to walk outside as often as possible. I also work at a standing desk, but mostly because doing so has allowed me to completely eliminate back, shoulder, and neck problems. As a general rule of thumb, I would highly recommend standing and walking as much as you possibly can. The longer answer is that I have found my sanity. I eat in a way that is rooted in proven science, practical history, and common sense. And that is simple and enjoyable and enables me to reach all of my personal goals over the long term. Why am I getting philosophical? Borrowing an analogy from Stephen Covey, think of my diet and exercise routine being a bit like my eyeglass prescription. All eyes and eyeglasses follow the same basic set of proven biological principles. However, if your vision is not clear, putting on my glasses or putting in my contacts may not clear things up. That doesn't mean that my glasses and contacts are ineffective or wrong. It just means that they're not your glasses or your prescription. There is a pair of glasses that will clear things up for you, and your glasses will share the same underlying characteristics as mine, but until you take ownership for finding your personal, perfect prescription, things are going to remain blurry. When it comes to finding our individual prescription for eating and exercise, the underlying biological principles are uncontroversial and universal. But since we all have different goals, histories, and circumstances, the practices are personal. Note: the universal principles of wellness. If you are hungry, slowly eat non-starchy vegetables, nutrient-dense protein, whole food fats, and low fructose fruits in that order from unadulterated sources until you are full. Stay hydrated, rested, and active while enjoying short bursts of safe, intense exercise. 4. What about diet, exercise routine, or supplement blank? If people find out that you are going sane and getting eccentric, They might get defensive with questions in the general format. Well, what about this diet? Or what about this exercise routine? Or what about this supplement? The key is to keep your response amicable and simple. If whatever they are doing is working for them, excellent. Keep it up. On the other hand, if they are dissatisfied with their long term results or the amount of time and effort they're spending, they may enjoy eating a lot of the most nutrient dense food in the world and doing a little of the most hormonally healing exercise. There are too many real problems in life to spend energy arguing about diets, workouts, or supplements. If you are considering trying a diet, exercise routine, or supplement that we haven't discussed or that isn't recommended on sanesolution.com, it's a good idea to the extent that it brings you closer to the universal principles we discussed a moment ago. For example, should you become a vegetarian purely for health reasons? If it means eating less processed junk food, then it would be helpful. If it means eating dramatically more non-starchy vegetables while finding sane sources of plant-based nutrient-dense protein and enjoying whole food fats and low fructose fruits, then it would be helpful as well. However, if it means eating a lot more plant-based insane starches and sweets, then it would be harmful. There is enough complexity in life. Simplify. Let the little things go. Stick with proven biological principles and go enjoy your new, sane life. New section. About the author. Jonathan Bailor is a New York Times best-selling author and internationally recognized wellness expert who specializes in using modern science and technology to simplify health. Bailor has collaborated with top scientists for more than 10 years to analyze and apply over 1,300 studies. His work has been endorsed by top doctors and scientists from the Harvard Medical School, Johns Hopkins, the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, and UCLA. Bailor is the founder of sanesolution.com and serves as the CEO for the wellness technology company Yapti. He authored the New York Times and USA Today best-selling book, The Calorie Myth, which has since been translated into 8 languages, hosts a popular syndicated health radio show, The Sane Show, and blogs on the Huffington Post. Additionally, Bailor has registered over 25 patents, spoken at Fortune 100 companies and TED conferences for over a decade, and served as a senior program manager for Microsoft, where he helped create Nike Plus Connect training and Xbox Fitness.